Good morning from muggy Western New York. The river is calm. If anyone knows where I can get some wind, please let me know. Not as much hot air on the show today. Davis Maddock is on vacation. Pat Carrain had his flight from New York to California canceled and will not be joining us either. Therefore, cue Hockey Night in Canada. It's myself, Mike Schopp, with our hero, Jakob Sanderson. There's a lot to talk about, even though we're pre-training camp. Najee Harris's unfortunate fireworks accident. What does that mean? Of course, the severe accusations against Quinshon Judkins. And what are we doing with what is going on with Jauan Jennings, our annual 49ers receiver drama? Happy 14th birthday to my daughter, Garnet. Mike Schopp with Jakob Sanderson, ADP Chasing, July 15th, 2025.
ADP Chasing is for when you watch ship chasing, you go, these guys are just football guys.
I have my 4% exposure blanket.
Stay poor.
Actually back in if it's Ashane.
Stare into our crystal ball. Close your eyes, all your entries are going to lose anyway.
Yeah, that's fair.
You're not going to tell me how this went. I was here.
It's anti-cabal. It's anti the best ball thought leaders. I'm obviously lying to some degree because, I have a lot of both of these guys.
It's the most disgusting pick you can make. But, man.
Morning, Jakob.
Morning. It's a slimmed down ADP Chasing this morning.
Yes.
I think we're gonna do about an hour on the new NHL CBA.
I mean, that, of course, the Sabres importantly have extended Bowen Byram for 2 years at $6.25 per. So we have that to dissect. Actually,
and the least happy person about that is probably Bowen Byram.
Or me. This is terrible. And the whole point of it is to pair him with Rasmus Dahlin, which why can't you just put anybody there at 800,000 in that role? But anyway, I digress.
Well,
I did want to ask you a question I've been embarrassed to ask on this show, but half of us aren't here. And
I'm less intimidating.
Right. Can you, for us, and I'm sorry if I'm the only one who needs this help, define the word slappy?
Oh, gosh. It's actually very funny you asked that because last night I was at an in-person draft. Believe it or not, these things still happen.
Mm-hmm.
You probably remember from back in the day.
Right. I'm still doing them.
I was here. And anyway, well, about half of us were in person anyhow. And there was a guy whose team name was Slappy Gilmore. And he continually snipes all my players throughout the entirety of the day. He takes Tootin from me. He takes Miles Sanders from me, several other guys. And I asked the guy who invited me to the draft, is he a listener? What is this shit? Why am I being continually treated in such a fashion? And I messaged him afterwards, and he says that he started listening to the show quite recently, had heard Slappy on the show, and asked his buddy what it was, and then that person tried to define it, and he realized that, okay, this is me. This defines me. I am indeed a Slappy. All that to say, this is something that Davis, I think, started. I'm pretty sure, and I've just kind of gone with it. My vibe is that it's just I think of the SEALs, when they're out there and they're just slapping each other, and they're just slapping it up, waiting for you to feed them breadcrumbs or whatever. Specifically, when I went to Victoria about my first year university, and there used to be this marina where you could feed the seals, and the seals would sit there and they would slap themselves, and they would look up and they'd wait for you to toss breadcrumbs. When I was last in Victoria, they closed that marina because the seals would spend so much time staring directly up at the sun waiting for food that they would all go blind.
Oh, no.
And to me, that is a slappy. It's just a drafter who is constantly staring into the sun, slapping themselves, waiting for crumbs until they go blind.
So it's in keeping with a recent theme on this show, which is it's mostly bad, but you're happy.
Exactly. You're just You're enjoying what's happening until you check your underdog bank account at the end of the year.
Are we jealous of the Slappies? I'm in the group chat with the Go Bills guys.
I am a Slappy. To me, the Slappies are both. I both am a Slappy, and the Slappies are dependent on my sloppy for the Slappies. It's a reciprocal Slappy circle.
I've been to, is it Pier 51 in San Francisco? What is the number? Watching the Seals do that, it was really cool. It was a long time ago, but
did you intentionally remove all of the helmets except for the Colts and the Bills helmets just to signify that we've been stranded?
Yes. It's yours and mine, and as a proper host, you're on top. So that's how we did it. Colts and Bills. Mike Curtis, Mad Dog Mike Curtis, a legend in his day, is who signed that Colts helmet. He's the guy. If you don't, you're Jacob Sanderson. If you don't know Mike Curtis, he's probably most famous for when a fan ran on the field at Memorial Stadium one game in the 70s, he took him out. I mean, like absolute forearm to the face. You've never seen anything like it. Now they won't even show the guy running. A fan runs on the field and it's heresy. We can't put this on TV. Right? Anybody runs on the field. Didn't it happen at the Super Bowl last year? Somebody runs on the field. We cannot put this on TV. Think of what's on TV, and that we can't show. We can't glorify the person. Monday Night Football, early 70s, guy runs on the field. Curtis, absolute forearm shiver. My guy. The late Mike Curtis, Mad Dog. There he is, represented. All right, so there is some important stuff here with the Browns and the Chargers and the Niners. Let's start with LA. So they're in camp, and the report is that Najee Harris will be ready for training camp. Is the fireworks thing nothing? Was he already nothing? Are you moving him?
That's not quite true. He's going to miss the start of training camp, but he will reemerge at some point during training camp and prior to the season. That seems to be the most accurate reporting. So I don't think it's nothing. I mean, I think, you think about anti-fragility and the idea that essentially when you have a player like Najee and a player like Hampton, any externality will work to the benefit of the younger, more talented, more invested in player. And all that Najee can really depend on is that he just remains entrenched, and that nothing comes in to disturb that. So to me, if Hampton gets a couple of weeks to start training camp as the RB1, and then Najee has to come back in, and it's not like he was on this team last year. They're both new to the team.
Right.
Najee comes back in and he now has to re-earn that spot. I think that makes a bit of a difference. So yeah, I think it legitimately matters. I've moved Hampton up about half a round. I was already ahead of ADP on him. But yeah, I think Hampton should be going now in like that late 3 area versus where he's been going in the mid to late 4 personally.
Is there a Breece Hall versus Hampton question now? Or are you basing that on exposure?
Well, I mean, I love Breece Hall way more than ADP, so I'm the wrong person to ask. But like I would take Hampton ahead of Kyren Williams.
Yep. Yeah, I like that.
I would take him ahead of James Cook. Yeah, there's a few other guys in there. I would take him ahead of Breece Hall if I didn't like Breece Hall infinitely more than his ADP.
Well, are you at a point though where you have so much Breece Hall that it's time to sort of weigh that down a little bit, or
no, it's time to just keep staring into the sun.
So how would you play the preseason if you were LA? As you said, they're both new there. One's a veteran, but he's not 100%, to put it one way. The other is a rookie. You kind of like, in theory, the idea of playing the rookies in the preseason. Is that going to tell us anything based on usage or performance, maybe?
I can't remember how Harbaugh operated last year with preseason reps. I think he actually did play all the rookies because he definitely did, because I remember the Ladd McConkey coming off the field on 2 wide receiver sets for Brendan Rice for Brendan Rice. And I
Oh,
remember the Brendan Rice over Lad McConkey takes.
Jerry Rice's son.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Should I go get his helmet?
Yeah. So, yeah, so now that's coming back to me. I'm sure Hampton will play at the start of training camp or the start of preseason. Rookies almost always do. Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't know. I'm not going to read too much into that one way or the other. Like, there's not really a third running back here. I know there's been some positive reporting on Rocket Sanders. I don't think he's anything unless one of these guys gets hurt. So, to me, I'm not reading into it too much. It's Hampton and it's Najee, and we'll see what the split is in season. But I do think that Hampton's odds of starting the season in a larger role than maybe we were projecting, and then being able to then expedite his takeover of the backfield go up materially with every single day that Najee is not participating and Hampton's coming in there and he's looking awesome.
Is it doing anything for how you're starting drafts? Like, I still want to be starting either 2 receivers or receiver Bowers at the back end. I always like getting those slots. 8 is my favorite right now because I'm getting anything I want. I'm getting Puka, I'm getting McCaffrey, I'm getting AJ Brown, Bowers, anything I want from the 1-8. That's right. My current favorite. Is the move on Hampton important for how you want to start?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it's because there's guys in round 4 that I was looking at that were not running backs prior. I mean, I draft a lot of Tat in that range, and I've been currently going Hampton over Tat now. So it maybe has me breaking a little bit of a ties towards wide receivers in the first couple of rounds for sure. Okay. But I'm not that afraid of getting to 3 running backs quickly. I mean, I think that running back projects to outscore wide receiver pretty significantly in the flex. I've not been that fearful of just kind of taking whoever is highest on my board in the first 5 rounds, figuring it out from there. And I don't mind starting a team where, if I do wide receiver, and then I go, let's say Brees or Chase Brown in the 3rd, Hampton in the 4th, maybe wide receiver in the 5th, then I'll have that 3rd running back in the 6th with like Henderson or Connor or Harvey or something. So, maybe I don't think I want to get to 4 running backs through 6 rounds, but I have no problem getting to 3. So I think it just adds. Probably I'm just getting to 3 running backs faster than I used to, where I was usually through at 2 running backs through 6. And now I'm getting to 3 a little bit more often with breaking those ties to Hampton.
Okay. So Fallers this week, let me get that slide up here because Pat's not here to help me do it. Obviously, Judkins is on this list. Najee Harris on the list, of course. It's been an interesting week. I mean, we're mostly pre-camp, as I said, but that's been happening. And we have Jonnu Smith, Pat Freiermuth, which is, from kind of last week. And I think I mentioned Hunter. Hang on a second. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. I don't think I know how to do it. Well, I mean, let's get to Judkins while I figure this out, Jacob. I mean, that's pretty scary news on him. And the backside of that with Dylan Sampson, there we go, is thank you,
Mike. Let's fucking go.
It's interesting. What happens with Judkins? Like, this is one we've had these, unfortunately, every year where this could be nothing in terms of fantasy value or something really meaningful. What are you doing about it?
Man, it's really hard to say. Like this one has such a wide range of outcomes. The one thing I think that is very unlikely based on the timeline that these things occur, I think it's very unlikely that he's going to be suspended this year. But there's a big but on that. He might be put on the commissioner's exempt list this year, which obviously for our intents and purposes is the same difference. So usually with the NFL's policy, they don't issue suspensions until after a criminal case is resolved. And so you never know because things could settle. But I think it's I'd put the likelihood of like under 20% that this criminal case gets resolved at some point prior to the end of this season.
Mm-hmm.
So based on that, a suspension is not very likely. And they've been very inconsistent with how they operate in terms of the exempt list. So, Alvin Kamara, if I recall correctly, never got placed on the exempt list, right? He eventually got suspended, but not in the year that it happened. He got suspended a year after the fact, and he never went on exempt list. Von Miller was never placed on the exempt list. Then there was also there was someone else. Now it's eluding me.
Yeah,
another player.
While you're thinking of it, Von Miller. I mean, that here in Buffalo, that sounded super serious and awful. And like, okay, well, what's going to change here? And then I think there were no charges ultimately, filed against him. So then he played. Like then it was kind of over for NFL purposes, if not also criminal purposes.
Right. And so I can't recall. There's been other domestic violence cases that have wound up on exempt. So it's going to come down to, really just the discretion of like Roger Goodell, which is difficult to decipher.
That's right tackle.
People exactly. People in the chat are also discussing that this is further complicated by the fact he hasn't signed a contract. He's part of this second round pick.
Right. Well,
so
isn't he one of the two who did, or no? He's not one of the two who did.
This is the weirdest part, is that it's the other Brown second round pick who's one of
the linebacker
Schlesinger. And I don't really know. I mean, this obviously complicates matters, but it's weird to me that the Browns did that for one of their picks, but then didn't for Judkins initially. Obviously, at this point, I don't think that there's going to be a lot of appetite to guarantee his contract. So, yeah, it's going to be odd, and it's going to be a fluid situation. If I had to wager, like if we're talking just strictly for fantasy football implications, I still think the most likely scenario, like single most likely plurality scenario, is that he plays the entire season this year, and then he probably maybe looks at a suspension in 2026, 2027. But there's just so much that we don't know. And when you get into exempt list situations, we've seen players spend the entire year on the exempt list. So in terms of when he could miss games, how many he could miss games, like truly everything from he plays every game this year to he plays 0 games this year is at least on the table. And so I think Judkins needs to fall pretty considerably.
Yeah.
I'm looking to where I have him ranked. I did an update, but I did it before. I did it before the most recent police report was released. So I might move him down further now. I originally moved him down to 90. He was going, and I think I had him at about 70. I'm probably going to move him down into the hundreds after this. And I have Samson now up to 153. I have Ford at 172. I might move those guys up even a little bit further. It's just, it's a very challenging situation for sure. How are you feeling about it? Oh, are you frozen? Are you frozen or am I frozen? That's the question. I can never tell. There's only 2 of us. I'm going to hit refresh. All right. Just me. I haven't played. Talk about Quinshon Judkins. Yes. I think I'm gonna put him in like the Charbonnet range. That feels like a good hedge on risk reward. Should I just stream a BBM? I will stream a BBM in 2 minutes if we don't get anything from Mike Schopp. I have been abandoned in this backfield. I'm handling too many touches. All right. Oh, have we got Schopp back? No, I've just got a slide. Who's handling this on the back end? Is this Pete? Okay, I see. Pete is handling this in the back end as I solo stream. I will keep you guys updated on whether Schopp is able to rejoin the stream. All right. Also falling, we've got Travis Hunter. That continues to hurt. We got, of course, the Steelers tight ends. And all right, let's see what I can do here. Do I have the ability to share screen? Yes, I do. All right. Let's hop into a draft. Let's make some chicken salad out of this chicken shit here, okay? And Schopp's just gonna have to deal with it when he comes back in. All right. Get a little screen share going. There we go. All right. 20 seconds per pick. We're entering. Schopp can help draft as we go here. Chat, help me out. Let's keep this entertaining, okay? Help fill this room. Everything's coming on my back, all right? We're taking 36 carries. We're going to try and average about 4.1 solid yards per carry. And we're going to see if we can get this in the end zone here, all right? People are saying tag in Pete. Pete has family obligations. His family obligations are not important enough that he can't handle slides from the back end. But they are too important for him to show up on screen and provide any sort of assistance that would help me from having to handle the show literally alone. So, all right. We are in. For the audio listeners, Pat has had his flight canceled. Davis has vacation obligations. Schopp has the internet connection of 1958. It is just me in a Best Ball Mania draft that I have entered impromptu, abandoning the show at the 109. And I'm surrounded by red shields, most of whom I assume are currently in our comment section. So, Schopp says he's here, but that, Pete, if you can let him in or someone can let him in, that'd be great. I cannot. Schopp, if you're listening, I can't let you in. I have no powers in this area. I'll message the Discord, though. All right. Schopp, you hear me. Okay. If you hear me, then you know that I can't do anything to help.
Yes. There he is.
All right. Schopp,
poor Pete. Poor Pete. Poor me.
While you were gone,
poor Pete.
I was not 100% sure if you were ever coming back. So I kind of called an audible and I hopped in a BBM draft.
I love it.
So we're gonna draft this BBM team, and we can continue to weave in other discussions as you wanted. I think we wanted to eventually get to Juwan Jennings, unless we had anything on Quinshon Judkins. And I think where we left it was I was saying, "What do you think, Schopp? What are your thoughts, Schopp?" Schopp, and then you were frozen.
I'm sorry, I don't know. I mean, I've got teenagers. Right. We've got Wi-Fi. We're on the river. We're doing a thing.
Who do you like here?
Nico Collins or McCaffrey, depending on how you want to build it. Let's test the theory we talked about in the beginning, where you get, you find out Breece Hall, Hampton, whatever happens there.
All right, that sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan to me.
I would just never draft Judkins. I don't think you liked him anyway.
I didn't mind him. I had about an average amount. I don't really like him like from a dynasty perspective, but I thought like top 40 pick, athletic, workhorse running back, going in round 7. I thought that was a nice value. I did not know that he was going to commit violence against women. Allegedly, of course.
Well, I have a lot of drafts like this. You want to be, I said earlier, like you want to be the 1-8, you're the 1-9. That's pretty close. And I think you can do anything here. But these are your rankings. That's interesting.
Yes, I have my rankings uploaded in here. Yeah.
Where's Bowers? There he is. Okay, good.
I don't think we're getting him in this draft. Who is it that went? Oh, Henry went ahead. I would take him ahead of London though if you wanted to. That's up to you. I would not take him ahead of Brian Thomas though. Let's do Brian Thomas.
I agree.
That feels like a pretty great value at 16. All right.
Love it.
All
Brian Thomas, Nico Collins.
I just had to upload my switch to the Judkins ranking. There we go.
Brian Thomas, Nico Collins, London. Any draft that starts with 2 of those, I love.
Yeah, I'm pumped about this. I love playing in the back end. Love to see Brian Thomas fall a little bit. Yeah, for those wondering in the chat, these are my rankings. These are how I actually draft off of. I've not gotten the chance to update a couple things. So Jennings is going to be higher than I would probably take him right now. Pearsall is lower than I would take him right now. I've moved Judkins down, as I mentioned, but I'm going to move him down further after reading some of the stuff yesterday. So,
you have a thought on San Francisco? Are you not reaching for Pearsall, but are you doing anything about it?
Yeah, I am. I've been interested in both those guys, but I've taken a little bit more Jennings. I'm trying to take in more Pearsall. I've been lower than him even prior to this Jennings news. I was trying to mix him in more because I was taking Jaden Reed ahead of him a lot. Which really prevented my ability to get Pearsall. I've been taking, unfortunately, Judkins and Caleb Johnson ahead of him. And so it's less about like, oh, I think Jennings is going to get traded or anything like that. I don't really. I think at the end of the day, Jennings is just going to be back on the 49ers. But I am concerned that Pearsall is just going to keep rising to a price that I don't want any of him. So I'm trying to make sure that I get him while I can before the price gets too unruly. It's more about that. So Pete, I don't want to have a full fade on him.
By the way, Jacob, Pete is suggesting we put the draft board up if you can do that between picks.
Oh,
like
yeah.
At the end. I'm just wondering what's going on with his parents right now. Like
I do appreciate that Pete is like too busy to be on the show, but not too busy to micromanage the show from the background.
Well,
like he can still be puppeteering. I wonder what he's telling his parents he's doing as he's continuing to mastermind this show.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is this sort of a situation where they're watching? Is this dramatic in Pete's household? Like the craziness is a little bit much that the parents like. I'm sure he's not like sort of getting them out of bed. Come see what's happening on our ADP Chasing stream right now. But maybe, whatever it was that was going to be happening there with them right now is a little bit different because what's happening to us is happening.
I got the draft board up. I've even zoomed in on the draft board.
Oh,
now we're about to be up, so I'm going to take the draft board away, but I'll put it back. Okay.
You have your.
Here it is. All right. What are we feeling here? We got 2 of the elite quarterbacks. We got JSN. We got Hampton.
You like Tet? I like Hampton or Tet.
Hampton or Tet? All right, let's do Hampton early. Let's do a round 3. Let's do a round 3 Hampton then.
It is ADP Chasing. We can sort of test what we're talking about here with whatever the effects of the news are.
Exactly.
All right.
We're pioneers.
Just a couple of Canadians banging this out. All right. So Collins, Thomas, Hampton to start.
Thomas, Hampton.
That'll work.
All right. So, okay, there goes Lamar.
With Henry.
That's interesting. I kind of like that. It's not like very highly correlated within the same game, but it's fun in terms of sort of that ping pong effect where if you have, one guy the offense really succeeds season long, probably both really good picks. And then if one of them, goes off in a big way one week, probably a lot of that's through rushing touchdowns. Maybe that's not so great for the other guy. Then the other guy gets the rushing touchdowns the next week at low ownership. I like stacking some of those mobile quarterbacks with the running backs. Okay. I would be Tat or Jaden Daniels here. I will leave this in your hands. I'd be very happy with either of those.
McMillan for me, pretty easily.
Okay. All right, let's do it.
Quarterback is so interesting in these. We have a Pete update in a moment. Just like it always seems to, unless it's sort of a rare draft where it goes sideways, it always seems to come to you. Whoever the quarterback you want, the stacking is just not as cut and dried as last year or in previous years with the Eagles, with the Bills, with Jackson and Flowers. Like it just always seems to, you're drafting these receivers, DJ Moore, Worthy, and Rice, even with the Chiefs, Kittle and Purdy. It always seems to come to you. So I feel better the longer I wait on quarterback, but that means I'm going to get frozen out of the top guys.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like I almost always like my teams better when I wait on quarterback until that QB window, like until we get into the range that kind of starts with Kyler and Caleb and Nix and Fields and extends all the way into like McCarthy and Stroud and maybe even into Penix, Stafford, Tua.
Yeah.
And I draft 3 of those guys. But I don't want to end my season with like a 0% of all of Josh Lamar Daniels. I think that's bad.
Exactly.
So I have to force myself to take some of those guys when one falls into the 4th round.
Hurts is somebody that you can get away with. Like he goes so late.
He's rising now. But I agree. When he was going in like the 5th, he was a massive stand for me. Now rising up into the 4th. But yeah, he's still someone that is a target to me.
Mm-hmm. So we're Hampton and 3 receivers. Kittle is gone. Yeah. Kittle went before McMillan.
Have you ever been to the Hamptons? You live in New York.
I have.
What's it like in the Hamptons?
It's, glorious. Although today it'll be 95 degrees and insufferable. So you'd better have a pool.
Oh, God.
On a day like today. Never like that in Vancouver.
It's uncomfortably hot in Vancouver right now.
Is that like 20?
The annoying thing is like, it's like, I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit. I'm guessing it'd be like in the 80s, but it's been like in the mid to high 20s in Celsius lately. Oh, is there any question? We got to do that. We got to get the Hunter double stack here.
This, believe it or not, is ADP chasing. So we are going to draft. Back at Pier 51.
Let's do it.
2 Jags.
Laugh it out. But neither are just a guy. All right, this has been what I've been dreaming of. This has been like literally the draft I've been dreaming of all year, is to get Brian Thomas in round 2, stacked with Hunter in round 5. I haven't gotten it the entire year. I did it a few times with Hunter in the 4th before he fell. But since he started falling, I've been waiting on this moment. Feels incredible. We just won Ball Mania 6. And thank God your internet became active. Because if your internet didn't get fixed, you weren't getting 50% of these winnings. Now you are.
I still don't deserve 50% of the winnings.
Now you are. So
and don't assume my internet will hold up, by the way.
Well, you get the percentage of the winnings that is equal to the percentage of picks your internet is working for.
Yes. You asked me, right. McMillan. I said yes.
I think this is a running back pick. Do you want to do Trevion or Connor? We can go rookie, Slappy, or we can get a nice veteran presence. Up to you.
Connor.
All right. James Conner, welcome to the team. A stabilizing veteran. A slight detour.
Is that on brand? Neutral. Is that bad? I mean, I like Henderson too, but
bad. I like both those guys.
I think Stevenson starts the season, and maybe Hampton doesn't, and we're going to want to load up on 2 or 3 or 4, probably not 4 rookie or young running backs late with a team like this. So it feels good to me when I get one guy that I think I can count on, and if he stays healthy, even better.
Yeah, Totally fair. I like James Conner. Of all of like the old running backs in that range, well, Chuba's actually I think is good, but well, I don't like his price. I think he's a good player. But like if you look at Conner, I don't really know why he goes behind Mixon, for instance. I know why he goes behind Kamara because Kamara catches a bunch of passes, but like I think Kamara is pretty washed and is just living on volume. I think Mixon is pretty washed and is just living on volume. Conner, I think, is actually awesome. Like all of his advanced metrics profile the last couple of years are absolutely excellent. Other than him being old, there's like nothing about him to not like and appreciate.
Right.
So I'm definitely warm to him in the 6th. I take Henderson much more frequently, but it makes sense, especially on a team where we only have the one running back. That running back is a rookie. Not bad to get a fast starting James Conner.
While you're planning for your 7-8 turn here, may I interject? So Pete, who I don't know how sincere or sarcastic or which this is, but I'm having to help you guys and ignore my parents. It's like 10:30 in the morning on a Tuesday. His parents are in from out of town. There isn't, I know I'm not questioning his work ethic or anything. Like, are they going to be okay? Are they going to be okay if you know, their son has to go do a thing for half an hour? Are they going to, what is it he needed to be doing for them? Making eggs? What did he need to be doing for them? Holding their hand around the park? What is it right now that Pete's parents are
over easy Zat? What get a little over easy Zat in the pan.
What are they supposed to be needing from him right now that he is not able to deliver? I can't say. But I'm very grateful that he's holding our hands through this, or at least mine, as we navigate these waters. I mean, what is are they at the USS Constitution on Boston Harbor, and they can't have a conversation about what this ship means to American history? Like, I just what is it that they're not getting?
Hard
to say. All right, here we go. Pick 81, 7-8 turn.
All right, we're about to be back on the clock here. We're putting away the draft board view. We're going back
just for the moment. Yeah, right.
This view. All right. Okay, Laporta goes there. One more to run. We have 2 running backs. We have 4 wide receivers. We have not yet drafted a quarterback or tight end, and I don't think we're going to start here.
Nope.
Okay. Is this? I would probably be Mooney or Ibuka.
Yep. Anything you want. This is all great.
It's all great. Well, we got. You know what? Let's get on a fast starting running back here. I'm gonna go off the beaten path for me personally. I'm gonna go Isaiah Pacheco there.
Okay.
That gets our 3rd running back, and then we can take probably just whoever is our favorite wide receiver at this 88 pick, and then we'll look at quarterback and tight end in the latter portions of the draft.
I think Ibuka is sneaky hot in this range. I mean, why did they do that? Like, they know their vets are old. They're leaning into what they're good at, and he is so likable as a prospect. I don't know, like, especially if we're playing for the late weeks. I love Ibuka in this range, but the guy at 11 picked Ibuka and Mayfield.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Are Pete's parents in this draft? Are they in this draft? Is that what he can help them with?
We got 2 correlated options here because we have Hampton, so we could go Higgins, but we also have the 2 Jaguars. We could go Pittman. I'd be happy either way. Pittman. All right.
Pittman for me. Yeah. That's 100 catches. I mean, if it works at all.
All right. For the audio listeners, we started with Nico Collins. Oh, we already had a Houston too. Man, this team is so fucking correlated. We know what we're doing.
Yep.
Nico Collins, Brian Thomas, Marion Hampton, Tetaroa McMillan, Travis Hunter, James Conner, Isaiah Pacheco, and Michael Pittman. 0, 3, 5, 0 through 8. I have a feeling we're going to start trying to address some quarterbacks in the coming picks.
I'm blinded by the red badges, so that's what you earned by my dropping off and signing up for this draft. Is everybody in the community joining in? I love that. I love it when
the community came together. You know, I was stranded out here on an island.
Yeah.
Unsure what to do. I was gonna have to start, repping off stand-up comedians, and then all of a sudden, all of a sudden, the chat carried me. Oh, Mike, did you see Pete just like absolutely roasting you?
No. Let's go.
He said, yes, Mike. My parents who live thousands of miles away, who I get to see 2 to 3 times a year, should take a back seat to you telling us about the weather in Buffalo.
That's fair.
Ouch.
That's fair.
Ouch.
I mean, it's a half an hour.
Absolutely brutal stuff.
The weather in Buffalo, like that takes longer than 1.5 seconds every week. I mean, I don't know.
I will say this to Pete.
Funny.
I'm not passing any judgment on what is more important. All I'm saying is it's hard for you to sustain that your time with your parents is so much more important than ADP chasing while continuing to roast us in the ADP chasing chat. You're not really convincing us of anything. That you're not convincing us that your obligations are that much more important, considering you have not been more than 30 seconds away from this show at any time.
Here we go. We'll get back to this.
All right. I think Justin Fields. I mean, we don't have any stacks, but we don't really need to stack Justin Fields. We don't have a quarterback. That seems like a good plan to me.
Love it. Justin Fields is the best standalone option in any draft. You can, get it
the other
later
options,
or not.
No, let's just do this. Yeah, let's do that. All right. That sounds good.
Pick a second one if you want. I mean, that's fine too, I think. But
we have 3. We have 4 stackable quarterback options that all come a little bit later. So we could do Herbert with Hampton. We definitely want Lawrence on this team if we can. The question is, so his ADP is 132. So we'll be picking at 129. I think we have to push that and just hope for the best. Herbert's ADP is 125, so he's also probably a push. So I think the only quarterback option that we would want to consider here would be it'd be May or Dak, but we don't have either of those stacked. We could backstack May. I feel like we just push and try to get 2 at the next turn.
Okay.
So I got Burden in the queue. I got Scatabo in the queue. I'll go out on ADP view if there's anyone else interests you here. We could do Mark Andrews as well.
I like both of these guys. Burden is a dream every draft. So
all right, sweet. You don't have to convince me to take Luther Burden. That's certainly what I wanted to do.
He is who I wanted the Bills to pick in the second round. They traded with the Bears, I think, and the Bears picked Burden. The Bills never picked the receiver I want. And sort of that's an ongoing theme here for the last 5 years. But they've won a lot. You got to give them that. But Burden is very exciting to me, and even in real life. But on a team like this, isn't he just exactly what you want when you've drafted this team so far?
Yeah, when you drafted the winning team in Ball Mania, I mean, you want Burden to be a part of it. Absolutely.
So what's happened so far with San Francisco in this draft? I haven't been tracking that, like with Pearsall or Jennings.
Let's take a look. So
look at you all slowly.
Juwan Jennings went at 63, so people were not afraid. That's basically just his ADP. Ricky Pearsall does go about a half a round ahead of his ADP up at 66. George Kittle comes off the board at 39, so he also goes reasonably ahead of ADP in this draft.
Do we have to get to know who Tyrell Jordan Watkins is? 4th round pick by the Niners at this point? Is that something that we're doing? No. Okay. No, I have no opinion of him as a prospect.
Don't have to know that. I think that's fair. I mean, Jennings, I have no concerns personally that Jennings is going to be traded or sit out of games. It's cool that he's trying to get his. Maybe the 49ers relent a little bit, but they're not trading him. They're trying to win a Super Bowl. He's not going to sit out. He's Juwan Jennings.
Are you drafting Ayuk?
I haven't been. No.
I think you should.
Okay. I don't know. Vibes are weird. Vibes are weird, and he really bad injury, like horrendous injury. But he probably gets a slight. I guess I just don't buy that Jennings. Like, I don't buy that this actually changes anything. I guess like to the extent it does, it's like if he misses a bunch of time in camp, maybe they just install less Jennings plays. So that's I guess a downgrade. But I don't think it's like going to change anything in the sense that he's not playing week 1 for the San Francisco 49ers. That would really surprise me. So I am trying to take Pearsall whenever I can get him close to ADP, just because I assume he's going to keep rising, even if I think that's kind of unjustified. And I don't want to have none of him. Kittle, I drafted a ton of early. So if he goes screaming up the board and I end up just with a lower exposure, but all at the best prices, I'm okay with that. I can mix in other players and I can sit on, exposure at a really good price.
Yeah, you talked me into him, which I'm glad for.
All right. We're waiting one more pick, and we have a pretty clear preference, I suspect. So don't do it to us, Chad G20. Don't fuck around. Be nice.
You're not paying for this show, Chad G20.
All right. That was a little bit tilting because Stroud would have been ideally our next pick, but that's okay. We will take Trevor Lawrence here, of course. We already have the double stack. We have the bring back. All right. This brings us to a 2-3-6 build. Remaining quarterback stack options, Herbert and Stroud have been stolen from us from our cold dead hands. We do have Bryce Young outs later in the draft, but probably not with this pick.
How important is it to get the third with Fields and Lawrence on this team? How important is that?
I think it's not like absolutely mandatory, but I would consider it still preferable. The 3 quarterbacks are simming so well.
And you can't wait forever either. Like these middle rounds are where they all go. Like if you wait forever, you're a Russell Wilson or somebody.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we have Pittman, so we could do like a pretty late Daniel Jones, but it used to be before Pat Kerrane ruined all of the fun. We used to be able to do Daniel Jones like with literally the 18th round pick. That's no longer the case. You have to spend a real boy pick now on Daniel Jones.
This will be an easy pick for me if he lasts one pick.
Yeah, I'm hoping we're on the same guy but me too. I think it's a very obvious pick.
Dun dun dun. 20 seconds.
All right.
Tyler Warren.
It's got to be Tyler Warren, right? 18 picks behind ADP. We got him stacked up. Let's do it. We don't even have a tight end yet. Perfect. All right.
How are you liking 20 seconds as the rule?
I wish it was 10. I want even shorter.
So have they
mostly because we told Pete to come back at 8. It's already 7:53. We will not be done at 8.
Is he going to let us? I mean, he's watching. Is he going to let us go past?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but I expect him to scold us again.
The first mandate for this show when I signed up was don't cut it short. Now we're really rolling here, and hopefully it doesn't get cut short by the man.
Yeah, maybe he's pissed because we're encroaching on his ship chasing brand by doing drafts. We're normally like when Smallville premiered and it was no fights, no tights, right? We're like we're the no drafts, no something.
That's where I get into trouble when it comes to superheroes. But I think maybe his parents are the 102, and he doesn't want to, have it just be too tough for them.
Parents are the 102. Have you seen Superman yet?
I mean, I saw Superman in the theaters as the show ever sounded older in whatever year that was with Marlon Brando in it. I saw that.
Yeah. That wasn't one.
Is that a no? Is that a no?
Yeah, I mean, it's
the question you intended.
Technically true, but highly misleading. I think is how they would put that on CNN.
Yeah, I loved it, but I haven't seen the new one because I don't go to movies.
Yeah, I think the new one's kind of bad, but a lot of people like it. A lot of people like it more than I did.
We're back to the slappy zone.
Yeah, exactly.
It's bad, but it's good. It's bad, but we're happy. We enjoyed it.
You don't ever go to movies? Why don't you go to a movie?
I mean, they come into my house, so I haven't been to a movie theater in a long time.
Like, don't you like seeing it on a nice big screen?
That's fair.
with a little popcorn in hand.
I'm not against it. We do other things, I guess. Teenagers,
All
we're
right,
driving.
fair
Jacob, I have a 15-year-old and as of today, a 14-year-old. We are driving. My wife goes one way, I go the other, literally every weekend for like 10 weeks. I was in Baltimore 2 days ago. I mean, Albany, Columbus. Next week is Lake George, which is great. I mean, they're all fun.
Not to cut off your naming of mid-tier New York cities, but I do want to note, as does our job, Dylan Sampson goes at 143 in this draft. That feels very notable with, of course, Quinshon Judkins. I'm going to look up, where did Judkins go in this draft? Judkins went at 92, so right after my rank of 90.
We're up.
Sampson went about where my rank was. Okay, we are up. Bryce Young is gone. They don't want us to have nice things. I'm putting Bigsby in the queue, but anything else that you see here in interest of you?
Bryant, but no.
We can do him next round, I think.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Tank Bigsby, welcome to the team. Continuing our Jags Colts stack. That's a 2-4-6-1 now that we're up to. I'm going to put this in the queue.
Lean in. Lean in, buddy.
We wanted Bryant in the queue. I'll put Bryant in the queue. I'll put Bech in the queue.
What is the deal with Bech? Like, we're not done? We didn't draft enough of him in May? Like,
no, I haven't drafted enough of him. But we don't have to tell you about this team. This can be a Bechless team.
Davis also has like Bech. I'm getting into these mid rounds where using Davis's rankings, like there's Jack Bech. I thought he was behind other guys. I don't even know if the Raiders are going to be able to do anything. So I usually pass over.
I love Jack Bech. Me and Davis are aligned on Jack Bech.
The one thing you guys agree on.
Yeah, well, it's the one slow player he likes. Okay. Is there a good reason not to take Brenton Strange?
No.
Well, you said that like there is.
Who do you
take? You want Bryant?
No. I think Strange. For me, and I might be wrong on this, the question is about how much is too much.
I see. And we're going to find that out. That's what we're going to do.
In 17 weeks into the season, we're going to find that out.
We're going to find out.
Are you in the Dalmatian yet?
So I haven't done the $101 version. I will. How many entries is that? Is that a 3 entry? Is it a 1 entry? 3.
I did one fast.
I will do my 3 entries.
Good. I did one fast last night and then 2 slows. And I didn't like Google research on this tournament. But for me, it felt like weeks 15 and 16 were a little bit more important. So I liked my team very much last night. But that's what I'm thinking about that tournament, just to put it out there in the sphere.
Oh, I see. It's like, oh man, it's like 2/3 full. Okay, I'll have to enter. I'll have to do these today, probably. So I'm glad you brought that up. So we're at 2,700 person field. Nice flat payout structure.
I'm just, by the way, not to interrupt, I'm just seeing that Pete's mom is in the Dalmatian with me in the slow one. So that's, I'll make sure not to.
Is it Motherzet? Is that the name?
Feel free to throw in the chat what you think their usernames might be, their handles might be on Underdog.
Yeah, I'll do that. The mini Dalmatian, the one where it's the $1 101 max entry, that I max entered already, and I put them all on autopilot. I just
interesting.
I entered in the ranks. I hit the autopilot button, and I let it rip.
I have not had the courage to do that yet. I still want to, I'm a talk show host. I want to have the controls. I want to.
My thing was just like, it's just not like, I was like, am I going to actually draft 101 teams like for $1 each? Like, I was like, that I have no interest in doing that. Like, I'm not going to do a fast draft, and that's going to take way too much time. Slow draft, but I still want to play. So I was like, I will sacrifice a little bit of EV. I'll let the ranks do the talking for me. Yeah. Okay, we have 4 picks left in this team. We're at a 2-4-6-2. We're probably going to wind up at a 3. What would you say? 3-6. Well,
3 tight ends.
3 tight ends for sure. So is this maybe a 3? Yeah, probably a 3-5-7-3.
Here's your Miles Sanders moment if you want it.
Yeah, I have Braylon in the queue, but we could go Miles Sanders.
I like Braylon Allen too. Instead? I like both. I just thought maybe.
Okay, let's do Braylon Allen.
Okay.
Let's do Braylon Allen.
When I think of Sanders, I think of you in our earlier last call conversations, which, by the way, I think we can still do.
It's an honor. It's an honor. Yeah, we're doing the last call. We're doing rapid fire last call at the end of this. We should probably do that.
Oh, yeah.
We got a little bit of a stack going because we just took Braylon with Fields, so we're doing the back stack on Justin Fields here.
For sure. Or Reynolds, but that's a little early.
Yeah, we're definitely not. If we're doing Reynolds, that's coming in round 18.
I think that's kind of cool. Reynolds. I mean, it's sort of Jets, right? I mean, they paid Wilson, veteran. Yeah. Who else is there? He's a little bit good. If Fields works at all, like say they have a functional offense.
Josh Reynolds is a little bit good.
Yeah, isn't he? No, he hasn't proven that in 1,700 years of being like annoying in fantasy or DFS because like every once in a while he pops up.
All right, we took Mason Taylor there for the audio listeners, so we get a third tight end. This puts us at a 2-5-6-3. We could take a third quarterback. I agree that it's not 100% strictly necessary. We definitely need at least one more wide receiver. I think this will probably be either a 3-5-7-3 or a 2-6-7-3. We resisted the urge this turn to take De'Ami Brown, so we have stopped at 5 Jacksonville Jaguars, 7 total from that game. We didn't add a 6th Jacksonville Jaguar.
Who's that? Who's the rookie running back? LaQuint Allen. He's not on our list.
Quinn Allen is on our radar. Parker Washington certainly is on our radar.
Yes. Well, good job here, Jacob. I mean, you saved us. There was one show I did a long time ago where, I mean, usually on these radio remotes, I'm there alone, or there's one more person who can hook up the equipment. But as time has gone on, usually it's kind of just you. And I was at a racetrack, and everything broke. Like I didn't have access to callers. I didn't have anything going on. And I just decided to start calling the races because I didn't even know if I was on the air, but I feel like I should act like I am. And I started calling the races, and it was hilarious. Like, I mean, that was really fun. So once in a while, flight gets canceled, and Davis is on vacation doing everything he does normally, which is tweeting and playing golf. And so, we made it work, I think.
Pete berates us and bullies us from the chat.
Oh, yeah. It's nice here today, Pete, by the way. Like, I think it's 84 and sunny. So, sorry, I didn't give you more detail. Do you want the barometric pressure
slide ready to go, by the way, once we're done these last 2 picks?
Good point. I think I can do that. This is the big moment.
All right. We got 2 picks to go, but in about 30 seconds, we're coming for the last call slide.
Yep. Ready.
Okay, look at that. We're a fine-tuned machine.
It's probably the lack of helmets. Just going with the 2 helmets.
The 2 helmets.
Made the difference.
All right, we are on the clock here.
Do you want Daniel Jones?
I want Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, and then we got to figure out a receiver here with our last pick. I guess it's Josh Reynolds. I don't on that.
My only hang up on Jones would be like that he and Lawrence are both in week 17, but we have Fields.
I'm against that when you only have 2 quarterbacks, but if you have 3, I don't think it's a big deal. And we've invested so much in that game, like it's got to pop anyways. Like whether or not we have Daniel Jones, like we have, we already have Lawrence, Bigsby, Thomas, Hunter, Pittman, Warren, Strange. So like that, if that game does not pop, we're already dead. So we may as well just continue to bet on Daniel Jones.
I'll put this out there if you want it. Same offer I made to our Deep End Invitational guests last year, the Celebrity Series, Trista Crick, other people. If we're in the final, you and I will go to that game. Indianapolis, Jacksonville. It's your Colts.
Hell yes.
We'll be there.
Hell yeah.
If we're in the final, let's go to Jacksonville for that game.
I think it's in Indianapolis.
Oh, even better. It's closer. I can drive there.
All right. Sounds good. Okay, Josh Reynolds, welcome to the team.
Let's go. Well done.
There we go. All right. We did it.
Does the chat like our team? Are they saying anything about it?
Can you not see the chat? Are you blind to the chat?
I have learned over the years not to look at it.
Good for you. Good for you. They say this is a nice team. Someone else said this is my favorite father-son stream on YouTube.
Oh my.
Brett Jones does not like our team. He says we won't have to worry about our travel plans. But Brett
We're
Jones is bad and wrong. We got. I really like that team. Sweet team. You know, everybody but Pete has been very nice to us in the chat. So
Pete and Brent Jones.
Shout out to the chat. All right, let's get the last call screen out on the board.
You have it?
No, I can't see anything.
All right, hang on.
Job?
There.
What do you mean there?
You don't have it?
I'm not. No,
All right.
Weren't you the one that Pete told how to do this?
He did. You're right. You're right. We'll give him the last, shot. Who do you want?
Okay. The problem is without the last call screen, I don't really know who's been taken.
I'm looking at it.
I'll just go off the board. Okay. I'll just name players and then you tell me if they're safe. We're gonna do it that way.
Yep.
Okay. I think I need a running back. I think it's if memory serves, I'm very low on running backs.
You have 3.
I unfortunately traded away Dylan Sampson at the worst possible time.
What a move.
That was very painful. All right.
You have Jarquez Hunter, Nick Chubb, and Miles Sanders.
Has Sean Tucker been taken by anyone?
Who? Sean Tucker?
Has Sean Tucker been taken by anyone?
He's yours. Welcome to the team. He's
all
yours.
Right. Welcome to the team, Sean Tucker. I'll take Sean Tucker.
Oh, and my guy was taken by you. I was going to take Tutu Atwell. Oh no. One last hiccup.
I think Josh Reynolds is available.
All right, fine. Josh Reynolds. I'll take Josh Reynolds. Just like that. All right. Thank you, everybody, for putting up with my hiccups through the day. Jacob, what's coming up with you this week, content-wise?
Oh, man. Okay, so I have full rankings update up on Thinking About Thinking. We got updated Dynasty ranks, updated Best Ball ranks, and I launched my first set of redraft ranks. Those will get continually updated. I think I should have an article out this weekend, but it'll be not this week because I'm in hearing all week. Catch me on Twitter, of course, for whatever takes come. I will do an update tonight on the best ball ranks to account for further Judkins, Jennings, Najee news, etc. Also unrelated to what I have going on, but just so the chat knows, Jerome Ford is at 196. We couldn't take Jerome Ford. We would have taken Jerome Ford, I promise.
I have Evan Silva today on my show in Buffalo, WGR, and tomorrow is John Daigle, who texted me the other day because he was at a party and there were people there who said there's a restaurant in Buffalo that has the best Indian food in the country. So I'm like, okay, well, I know of one and this is it. And he said, that's the one. So now I have to go there. But I think John is coming on tomorrow to talk about, nobody calls him John, right? Like everybody calls these guys by their last names in the fantasy world, which I hate because like what a sign of disrespect that is. Like, oh, you're my guest. I'm gonna call you by your last name the whole time. Although I get that. But John Daigle is coming on, former Calgary resident, by the way, Jacob, if you didn't know.
Oh, I did not know.
And here's my favorite thing about him, on top of the fact that he lived in Calgary, is that he moved to Australia. John Daigle moved to Australia because he was playing online poker and he thought he would get an edge by going to Australia and playing Americans in the middle of the night. How great is that? I mean, come on.
That is awesome.
What a quote.
That's
literally,
good stuff.
What a power move
That's good stuff. That's a great story, Mike. Yeah, I'm not going to call you Schopp anymore, apparently. It's disrespectful.
You can.
All right. Pete, if you're listening,
wrap it.
the show is over.
Thanks for watching.
Wait, now it's just me? Pete, end the show.